Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for my continued followers, I want to say thank you. I try to bring to you some interesting commentary. I know with all of us that work 40 hours a week, we don't get a chance to watch the news or pay attention to what's going on locally, nationally, and internationally. So I want to bring you one up that's an international story this time. We talk about a lot of the trepidous things that are taking place in America, but there's tons of stuff that's taking place outside of America. And we got one where two women on what was supposed to be a dream vacation for two Kentucky mothers turned into a nightmare. Lifelong best friends, Dongela Dobson and Amber Shearer, say they were drugged and sexually assaulted at a resort in the Bahamas while they were docked there from a Carnival cruise. They took a Carnival cruise to the Bahamas. They know when the Carnival cruise became so dangerous. It was like a dream vacation until it wasn't, Dobson said. Now it's like a nightmare, and we can't wake up from it. The best friends set sail on the Carnival cruise on February 1st. This was just a week ago, spending a great first day at sea and even better 2 days in Nassau. But it was when they docked in Freeport on the Grand Bahamian Island on Sunday that both women say the trip took a horrific turn. The friends said they were each given 2 drinks by staff members at a local resort, something that is commonplace at all-inclusive resorts. They said they finished their first drink, then they had a few sips of their second drink. The next thing they knew, they were unconscious and waking up to unknown men sexually assaulting them. Some unknown men sexually assaulting them. One said, I ran, I was screaming for Dongela. I said, we've got to get out of here, Shearer said. Both women documented the bruising down their lower bodies and called Bahamian police. However, the women said Bahamian police wouldn't give them drug tests, rape kits, or proper medical care until they were back on the Carnival cruise ship. I know a lot of times many American citizens will talk about how much they hate America, but wait till you go out of the country and see what their laws and course of freedoms are like. And it make you love America. When they say America is the land of the free, in many instances it is. Once back on the ship, Shearer and Dobson said their drug tests showed positive results for many substances, including benzos and amphetamines. They said their rape kits came back positive too. Now they're working with American law enforcement and their own legal teams as they allege 2 men from the resort sexually assaulted them. Royal Bahamas Police Force said in a news release on Friday that 2 men ages 40 and 54, these weren't young guys, have been arrested in the case. Police said in a news release that medical assistance was offered to the women at the scene, which they declined, but that officers went with the women back to the Carnival cruise ship. Recognizing the gravity of the incident, our officers boarded the cruise ship, providing a sexual assault kit and hospital form to the ship's medical doctor and obtained signed statements from the victims. The Royal Bahamas Police Force said they are working with the FBI on the investigation. Dobson and Shearer, though, said they thought they were being safe while traveling and taking usual precautions by going together. Those two were going to look out for each other. They thought they were being safe. We traveled in a pair. We didn't talk to strangers. We didn't take drinks from anyone other than the staff, Dobson said. Police have not confirmed if the two men arrested were staff members at the resort. The women alleged that Carnival never made them aware of the Level 2 travel advisory issued by the U.S. State Department due to crime in the Bahamas at any point before or during the trip. Now the women are back home, but they are dealing with lasting trauma from the horrific events. I mean, think about it. These women went on this particular trip to have a great time, and they ended up getting sexually assaulted and drugged. What a turn of events. They are also, listen to this, they are also taking thousands of dollars worth of prescribed meds, including HIV prevention medications. In researching this story, I didn't even know that there was HIV prevention medications. I know about the day after pill or whatever for women, but I didn't know that there was prevention HIV pills. So I learned something new here. According to the GoFundMe page set up to help the women with their medical costs, insurance is not covering the HIV prevention pills that cost more than $3,000. Does that surprise you? We all know that the insurance industry is the most egregious, self-indulgent marketer and profitable of its people than any other industry, and hypocritical than any other industry in the United States. The insurance company is, why would you make pills that are not insured, properly insured, especially something like HIV, which is a sexually transmitted disease that if not treated could end up into transform into full-blown AIDS and you could die from it. How is it? It's like cancer, certain cancer medicines are not insured by a lot of insurance companies. Why even make it? It doesn't make any sense. Now that we have them home safe, they are so traumatized that they can't go back to work. They can't even leave their homes without an escort due to fear. These two women were just trying to enjoy a well-deserved girls' weekend, which turned into a nightmare, leaving them with physical and psychological trauma. Now Dobson and Schur are sharing their story to make others aware of the dangers while traveling and to prevent this from happening to anyone else. It's not okay. I don't want it to be someone else's daughter, mother, sister, Schur said. These crimes, they don't just affect the women themselves, they affect everyone who loves them. These young ladies from Kentucky, the state of Kentucky, Louisville, those are not fast-paced cities like Chicago, LA, Miami. These two women, sounds like they were divorced with kids, wanted a vacation, and they end up in a scenario to go on vacation, to relax, to enjoy each other, and it turns into a disaster and a nightmare to where they get assaulted and drugged. I mean, unbelievable. What is this world turning into? And it's not just heinous crimes in America. There are far worse and crazy things that are taking place outside of the United States, as you've seen in many past stories of women disappearing, young ladies being killed mysteriously and they never found out who did it. Thank God these two young ladies did not get killed. They have families and children to come back to, but they are going to need long-term psychological care. This is going to be a PTSD scenario. The kids are going to be affected by this. This is terrible for the tourism industry, for the Bahamian folks and Carnival. If these two guys that they arrested are found guilty, they are going to get life in prison. Those Caribbean countries, they need the tourism dollar. That's number one. So this is a very unfortunate circumstance. Tell me what you think. Young ladies, if you travel, they're saying travel in 4s and 5s now instead of 2. And let's manifest our truth in the right way, positive, God-fearing, and stay safe.